Around the Hearth, a Hearthstone podcast brought to you weekly.
Hey everybody, welcome to Around the Hearth, episode 16.
16.
Yeah, we're Around the Hearth, a Hearthstone podcast thrown together by a bunch of guys who met on Reddit, and we are America's favorite podcast.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
America, fuck yeah.
So I want to start out this show for the people who are watching and for the people who get the podcast or whatever. You're going to notice a few changes. We have kind of rebranded ourselves. We're still Around the Hearth as always, but we now have a brand new logo. We have splash screens. We've got layouts. All thanks to our good friend Eric Coles. He's a friend of ours from the local Philly community who is a graphic designer and reached out and said he was going to help us. So we really want to give him a big shout out. Thank you so much, Eric.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. This is awesome.
Looks amazing. Anyone who wants to get in touch with Eric about some graphic design work, he's always looking for a little bit of extra freelance. So we will link his Instagram and his email in the show notes so that you can get in touch with him. He's a great guy, and I highly recommend it. The proof is in the pudding, and you can see our layout looks fantastic. So once again, thank you to Eric.
Yeah.
One more little awesome piece of Around the Hearth news is that we have gotten over 100 listens in our last episode, which is a new milestone for us. So thank you to everyone out there from all the different countries that are listening. We're so happy to be bringing you this show, and please just keep listening, subscribe, and enjoy the show.
Hell yeah.
So with that, let's go into our weeks in Hearthstone. Dubs, what do you got going on, man?
I actually have a lot going on this week and next week. As you guys know, I'm starting that league. Starting about like 7 or 8 days. August 1st is when we're going to start. So we still have plenty of time if you want to go and sign up. It's going to be $15, but all that goes into the prize pool. So it's going to be a really, really cool trophy. I'm really excited about the trophy for first place. And then, I think it's like 150, almost 200, depending on how many people show up for first place. It's going to be great. And then anyone who lives in the Virginia area, I'm going to be hosting a fireside gathering soon. It's probably going to be towards the end of August. And I'm really excited because I finally found a venue I think that we can do something pretty regularly with. So look forward to that. Definitely I'll be putting out more information, on Facebook, Discord, all that when the time comes. But definitely keep an eye out for that.
Fuck yeah.
Awesome. So guys, if you want to join the league, we will be posting the information for the league in our show notes.
It's actually pinned to the top of our Facebook page.
It's
there. Like us on Facebook. And it's the first thing you see.
Yeah.
So you should really just go and like us on Facebook.
And definitely come down and meet Dubs at his fireside gathering. More information coming soon. I know I'm going to try to get down to one of those fireside gatherings soon. We'd love to see you.
Yeah, that'd be great, guys.
My appearance at one of them is in the pipeline. As soon as I can afford plane tickets.
Hey, maybe if you get first place on my league, you can afford a plane ticket.
It's true.
Robson, what about you, man? How was your week?
Hearthstone wise, my week has actually been pretty lacking. I've been a very busy man recently with other things. My girlfriend and my brother both graduated from university, and then it was my friend's stag weekend. So I've played very little Hearthstone.
Hey, yeah.
So I'm still just stuck at rank 4 on both the servers, just pottering around. Playing some Paladin, playing some Quest Warrior here and there, but not like making any serious inroads either way.
Sure.
But I'm ready to win Dubstone for sure. Yeah. Because I can beat both of you, and that'll be fine. Played in. Oh, actually, pretty cool news. I have joined Invisible Threat alongside Dubs. Woo! So I had my first tournament as a Invisible Threat player last night. It didn't go. It went okay.
Yeah.
I had one game which I was particularly proud of where I beat Jade Druid as Freeze Mage.
That's impressive.
I don't know how. I still to this point do not know how the fuck I managed that, but it was cool as fuck.
Hey,
So
why not? You gotta give yourself props for beating. That's a tough
yeah,
matchup.
yeah, and the match after that, I got 0-3'd by a aggro druid.
That's
So
how it goes. Yeah.
he played 5 living manas in like 3 games, all by turn like seven, I think, and I just ran out of board clears every time.
Yeah.
Well,
Sadness.
if there's a good week to kind of take a week off of Hearthstone, it's always at the end of the expansion. So
Yeah, I'm at that point where I'm just like, oh, I can't really be bothered to play anything. I tried playing Kibler's Elemental Priest. That was quite fun. Double Divine Spirit on Lightspawn is just fun,
Yeah.
but not great. So, how about you, Squirrel? What have you done this week?
so yeah, this was a good week in Hearthstone for me. The month of Rogue continues. Um, I've got basically just been playing Rogue when I'm not doing any quests, and I'm still loving the Triple Gods Rogue.
It's so fun to watch.
It's
ridiculous.
I catch Dubs spectating me all the time.
I don't have the cards, so I can't play it, but I lived through him.
Had an awesome game today where I played against a Secret Paladin, and he was emoting me and doing all this stuff, basically like well playing me, and I was down to 3 health, and I was able to like kind of hold him off for a little bit, and I got Reno, so I Reno, and then he still was like battling me back and forth, and I had my Cthulhu up to like a 10-13, or like a 10-12 Cthulhu, and I played him, and he had gotten a Pyros off of something.
Oh no!
And so he was basically spamming me, well played, and this and that, like he was gonna win. So
Standard Secret Paladin stuff.
yeah, so he got his challenger down, and he got I triggered all the effects, and I was back at 30 health, and he played his Pyros, 10-10 Pyros, and he just went face with everything, and he was down to like 22 health, and no, 21 health, and so I had the Cult Assassin in my hand, and so I just Cult Assassin his Pyros,
Blade of Cthulhu.
Blade of Cthulhu, yeah.
For 20,
That's
and then
ridiculous.
staggered to kill him. It was a really satisfying win. It was
That's
a fun
awesome.
game, and I just love playing it. I'm finally level 56.
Oh man, you're almost there.
Yeah, I've got my 2 Murlocs. Now and then it was Voodoo Doctors. Now I'm finally gonna get my oozes. So
The oozes are great to have golden.
yeah, so I'm almost there. I figure I got 2 more weeks until the launch. So I think in the next 2 weeks I can definitely get to 60. So that's been my week. So
and then what's next?
Next is the expansion. So but I'll worry about that for now. Amazingly, I only have a level 56 shaman, and
what?
I actually almost have more games won with Rogue now than I did with shaman.
Really?
I mean, there's like
hipster, though. I didn't want to play shaman when he was like ridiculously overpowered. So.
I did, and I loved it. I didn't. I couldn't get enough.
Yeah. So then that, and then the only thing left I don't have at 60 is priest. So.
Just got my priest to level 60.
You guys.
Inner Fire Priest. Priest and Rogue are the only 2 I don't have level 60. Well, I have Priest now, but yeah, it was good.
Awesome. So listen, we got a lot to talk about, so why don't we move into the news segment of the show? And I'll start it out with something that, in case you've been living under a rock, you already know, which is that the Fire Festival has ended and the Frozen Festival has begun.
Oh yeah!
Yay!
So Ragnaros is out.
He chilled out, man.
Yeah, and so now there's no more double gold. Which is a bummer because that was awesome.
That was.
But what you do get every week is they're giving a free arena run, And all arena runs, not just the free one, start you at 1 win.
Oh wait,
So
wait, it's
you're
all?
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh
all
my god.
everything started. All runs started within the Frost
I've been
Festival.
waiting until Wednesday to start another arena run. I might have to do that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Nothing's
So you got that. So we are all expecting that on Wednesday we'll all get another free arena run.
Oh yeah.
And and then you get a quest. And when you play 3 arena games, you get a free Knights of the Frozen Throne pack. And it's nice because since it's a free arena run, and you get a minimum of at least 1 pack of cards as a reward. So so it's not bad.
So it's basically 2 free packs a week.
Yeah.
2 free
Isn't the
packs.
worst.
Yeah.
More if you do well in arena, and I mean, there's a lot of very new players playing arena now who normally wouldn't. So arena's quite easy at the moment.
Yeah.
So if you're fairly good at the game, you can get like some pretty good stuff out of the next few weeks, really.
Yeah,
Like-
no. One of my buddies who's a big arena player, the Cheat, he was actually trying for Legend this month, and he was like, I don't know, man. He's like, arena is so soft right now that I just want to keep playing arena because this is just ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a lot of new players.
It's farming at the moment. It's
Yeah.
like,
So
you're farming trash mobs at the moment.
so listen. So there was a new bug introduced, Bobson. Why don't you let us know about that?
Oh yeah. So most recent patch, the demise of Quest Rogue patch, apparently introduced well, what it did was it reset some people's pity timers for some packs. Blizzard haven't said. I don't think they said like specifically what packs it was or who was affected. But what they have said is that anyone who has been affected, they're going to directly contact themselves and compensate.
Oh wow.
So
free legendary, hopefully, for those people.
yeah, well, you'd hope so. Or like enough free packs to guarantee a legendary, or
40 free packs.
I mean, that would be a nice reward.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be like, hey, I got the P timer thing too.
Yeah, I imagine it's quite easy for them to look up who exactly was affected.
Yeah.
I really hope that I was affected because I'd quite like some free stuff. But it's something that they should rectify pretty soon.
Yeah.
We hope.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go back to the arena thing just 1 second, because there was a pretty important arena announcement a couple days ago. So, in direct contrast to the quest cards, which were not in arena, like explicitly not, the new hero cards are going to be draftable in arena.
I'm stoked for that.
Nice.
It's so cool. Deathstalker Rexar in arena.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
That would be disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Hunter will finally
Like-
get played.
And any kind of value. Well, I mean, Hunter's, I think, quite good in arena anyway. Like, it's a solid 7-win class at the moment. It's not as good as Mage Paladin or
Well, I'm
Rogue,
pushing for 8
but
wins,
it's-
so no thank you.
yeah.
Not playing.
I mean, Hunters are. You're probably gonna like go infinite with Hunter most of the time because you
Yeah.
just go face, but then you find the mages and the mages just destroy you. It's generally what happens. But yeah, and if any of the hero cards which have like value generation is the hero power are going to be like just nuts. It's like the Builder Beast one is just going to completely negate the fact that you run out of cards every turn,
Yeah.
because you can just go every turn, Builder Beast, play it, and your card. So you're guaranteed 2 things a turn. And if you're against someone who just has 1, they're sad. And you win,
Yeah.
which is pretty awesome. Yeah, so Zach, did you read the comics which have
I'm
come
ashamed to say I have not. I haven't had time. I saw that they're around, but I haven't had a chance to sit down and actually read them.
out? I'm afraid I have not either. Squirrel, have you read them?
No,
Have any of us met them?
I have not read the comics.
How about
But
this, guys? Read them and email us about how they are.
Oh, I need to read them. We should just read them ourselves, really.
Yeah.
What kind of Hearthstone podcast are we? Not reading the Hearthstone comics. Ugh.
Also, the people who don't know, as part of the promotion for this round of the expansion, you can now go to comic.placehearthstone.com, and there are 3 different comics related to the Knights of the Frozen Throne expansion. The third one was just released today. They've come out, I believe, all this week, and they're supposed to be pretty good. So I will be reading them when I get a chance, and you can check them out there.
I believe what they are is a setup of the lore for the expansion as to why these 9 heroes are just randomly in Northrend.
Yeah, it's a little weird, especially since most of them are dead already.
Exactly. So, I mean, a nice bit of non-canon WoW lore,
Yeah.
if that is your thing. And we've heard a bit more from the developers on some important things and some silly things this week. So everyone save the date of the 31st of July because
Great day.
Broad is back with a brand new rap.
Yeah.
Following on from his debut success.
That rap was awesome.
It was.
I thought it was fucking great.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Go Broad.
Yeah.
It was just fantastic, and he's got another one coming out. And there were, who was it? Ixar? Ixar has, basically confirmed what we've all been hoping, and said that these kind of festivals, the Frost Festival, the Fire Festival, the whatever else festival, these are going to become more regular occurrences.
Yeah, apparently a year ago they hired a team to work exclusively on the tavern brawls, stuff like this. And,
just the event team.
Yeah, pretty much events. That's it. And I mean, so far I think they've done a great job. Ixar said he was super excited about the Frost Festival and Fire Festival. And I mean, so far they're pretty cool, especially since you get one win on every arena run. I had no idea, and I'm still freaking out about that.
Got to play more arena.
Yeah. Then also, go ahead.
I was wondering if there was was there anything else in the news this week?
Yeah.
There was something from Mike
Danaeus was saying that they were considering doing Undead Tribe, so maybe, but since they just released Elementals, they didn't want to have back-to-back new tribes introduced. So they said that Undead is definitely on their list of things to eventually add to the game. So I look forward to that. It's going to be pretty cool, I feel like.
Thou nos. There was one other notable thing from that interview, I think. So what he confirmed essentially is that Warlock is not getting the Draconid operative treatment. It is not getting anything super busted to try and balance the class out.
Yeah.
So Warlock fans don't expect anything too nuts from this expansion.
As long as it's better than Zavis, I'll be happy. That's it. Yeah.
No more Warlock quests. Yeah, I think what they said is that Warlock has always been like one of the more powerful classes in Hearthstone, and just because one expansion it's been the weakest, they don't want to kind of rush into anything and really tip the balance. This might be
wild.
This might kind of signpost that this is that Blizzard are kind of changing the design philosophy a bit, because it's always been like, okay, this class is bad, let's give it some crazy shit. And if they're trying to take a slower approach, then that can only really be a good thing.
I feel like they've only done like really busted things if the class has been bad, expansion after expansion. Kind of like Priest was, or at first Shaman was actually pretty terrible until they came out with Tunnel Trog and Totem Golem. It was just they just shot way up. So they're like, okay. I think they learned their lesson.
I totally agree with you. I feel like they did drastic changes in the past, but I believe that the drastic changes happened because there was such a polarized meta. You were looking at one or two classes that just were tier 1, and that was it. But now when you look at tier 1, and there's 4, maybe 5 classes there, and tier 2, you're looking at 6 or 7 of the 9 classes represented. They can make smaller changes because the balance is the scales are much more even. They're not even, but they're closer, where they're not completely way off. And I think that's why they can do it this way. And I think this is the right way to do it. But it's taken them this long to kind of get to a point where they had this much more balanced and diverse meta.
Yeah, I see your point. But anyway, I am just quite happy that they are very much going for the gradual approach.
Oh, definitely.
I am all right with not seeing too much Warlock.
Yeah, the only one.
Though I've been so close to Gold Warlock for so long, it's probably just never going to happen. I think I've been on 420 since Gadget Zam.
I'm telling you, just go play Wild. Reno Lock is still top tier.
Yeah, I know.
It's really good.
I got so sick of Reno Lock during Gadgets, I just never want to play it again.
So let's go ahead and let's move on to some tournament news. And I'll start off with DreamHack, and I know we'll let our global games expert go into a little bit of detail with the rest of the stuff. But big shout out to Dr. Jinkaniki for getting...
Jinkiki.
Yeah, that.
Jinkinki?
For winning the whole thing.
Anyone knows how to pronounce
I'm pretty sure, what was it, like the early, like one of the first HCT things they had this year? He did really good. The name sounded familiar.
I think in the North America, or no, actually, I'm sorry, it's global now, but yeah, I think in the first, like maybe the winter championships, I think he did well.
Yeah, that's what it was, because him and Doc something.
Or maybe it was the prelims. Yeah, it was the NA prelims to get into winter. Him and Doc Pone.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Were the ones that really made names for themselves.
Yeah, they stood out big time there. It's good to see him, following up on that success. It's a little while ago, but he's still grinding it out. So, and then also second place got Knob Lord.
I love Knob Lord. I think I've been following him.
I just love his name.
Yeah, no, his name is definitely awesome. But I've been watching him for a while, and he's actually pretty local. He goes to Rutgers University, who I chose in the collegiate championship. So I was definitely rooting for him there. But he's just an awesome all-around player. He's animated. Fun to watch.
Oh yeah, no, his facial expressions whenever he's playing are just beautiful.
He doesn't care that he's sitting right across from the guy either. Like it's even when it's like he's the other guy can totally read what he's doing. He just doesn't care, and he's just really fun to watch. He's a really he has a really good competitive spirit, but he's a really good he's just a good player all around, and he's a nice guy, and so the best to him. And congratulations on second.
Yeah, I think in that regard, it would be a great match. Noblord versus Pavel.
Yeah.
Because they both have very different approaches to like local LAN play.
Yeah.
Like Pavel will just be like staring him down, and Noblord will be like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. So that was DreamHack Atlanta. Anything else, Zach, that you saw from that of note?
Cora, the caster's brother, played. It was something Slime? Sir Slim, that's what it was. He I believe it was top 8 he made. Yeah, it was top 8. He lost to Dr. Jikaniki, and it was you could
lost
tell
the eventual winner as well.
Yeah, so you could tell she was like really rooting for her brother, but she
also trying to
couldn't be
kind of
biased,
impartial.
so she had to be a caster. And when like she had to be like, this is an arena, he has to, play as if he's in a tournament and stuff like that. I'm sure that was hard for her to do that, but I'm sure it was like fun experience to pick on your little brother or older brother or whatever it is.
Yeah, like her Twitter feeds like almost entirely pictures of her and her brother. It's adorable. And she like I've only recently discovered Cora as a caster. Like she doesn't do too much stuff over my end of the Atlantic. So I've only like really encountered her since the global games. Never heard of her before. She's a great caster.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really enjoy her. Well, speaking of the global games, we've got the four finalists. Finally, it's now fully onto the LAN final, which I don't actually know the date of, unfortunately.
No, I looked it up earlier, and I couldn't find a date either.
Okay, so that's not just me. That's good to know. So we first things first. Sadly, Tice did not play against Kalento.
Ooh.
Truly.
I'm really upset about that.
Yeah, but so in that match though, Ukraine did come out on top against the Netherlands, 3-1. Like, three of the four matches were like fairly. They weren't particularly close. Like the Ukraine beat Netherlands 3-1. Czech Republic managed to beat China 3-1. South Korea absolutely destroyed Mexico 3-0. However, what we were saying would be the special game was amazing. So, did you guys watch USA New Zealand?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like the 2 hours of it.
Yeah.
It was such a long. Like,
I was definitely torn.
Yeah. Obviously, massive shout out to New Zealand.
And also massive shout out to USA. Unstoppable.
USA don't need any more shout outs. You got enough fucking people. I mean, like, New Zealand been like, I think this like standout performance of the tournament. So against USA
sure.
in what is probably like the most stacked lineup in the tournament, pushed it all the way to 3-2, and the way it ended, just with Eater of Secrets and the Mage Mirror.
I want to see Ukraine versus USA. That's going to be a great match.
Yeah. Do we know the format for the final? Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's the same. It's how it's been. It's just
against each other.
I think it's just single elimination tournament at this point. We have our top four. They're gonna have whoever plays each other, and then finals.
Oh man, I'm pretty pumped. It's gonna be.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be a big upset if it's not USA versus Ukraine. If someone else makes it to the finals.
Well, yeah, but what if USA Ukraine is like the first match?
Well, then I guess we'll see USA in the finals, and then whoever else they're gonna beat.
I mean, yeah, I think USA are probably the favorites at this point, but not by much over Ukraine.
Yeah, this would be a great match. I'm really excited about that.
And Czech Republic and South Korea are also really, really good.
Yeah.
So we'll bring you more on that once we actually know what's happening with the finals, once they decide on a date.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be sometime in end of August, early September. I read that somewhere. I can't remember exactly what I saw, but
I don't think anyone knows. So I think it's pure speculation at this point.
All right, so let's move on into the Tavern Brawl for this week. The Tavern Brawl was Ahun's superior brawl.
Superior letdown.
What did you think about it, ZT?
Yeah, like I just said, it was a superior letdown. It's very one-sided. If you were playing Paladin, you're going to win. If you're not playing Paladin, you're going to lose. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
I
it was.
I played it quite a few times to try and win as mage, and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, like the way it was, I suppose, set out was that they wanted Paladin to play as the kind of aggressive mid-range deck and Mage to play as the more controlled deck,
Yeah.
but they didn't make the Mage deck good enough for that to work. Like the Paladin had all the good tools to just
Yeah, I don't think you
win.
realize how bad it feels to fireball that Ragnaros thing if you had to.
Yeah,
I
to just,
just don't like
just
it. Yeah,
like Paladin had more minions, and
yeah.
it was just entirely about
Especially
getting the
if you Blessed Kings Ragnaros, you're just like they have to trade in everything to potentially kill it one time, and you're clearing their board while you're killing their Ragnaros. It's just very one sided. So that's my
it was
opinion.
just sadness. Yeah, I played it a couple times. It's like, okay, there's not much more here. It was sadly a bit of a flop,
Yeah,
that one.
I mean it was fun when you're
Although,
playing Paladin. I had a good time when I was playing Paladin.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
when you were playing as the vastly superior deck, it was enjoyable. Uh, it had a this brawl was maybe the first time when Enter the Colosseum has ever been
That card was
amazing.
nuts.
You just kill like three
Yeah,
things. It's like, okay, I win.
I actually pulled a 24 damage combo off while playing Enter the Coliseum. I had a big board and I just kept killing everything, and then I played Enter the Coliseum. It got 24
Fuck.
damage. It was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
What
you,
were your experiences of this brawl, Squirrel?
did you get a chance to play it at
Anything?
all?
The one time I played it as Paladin and won
Oh, okay.
was, and then I didn't go back.
Fair enough.
I was one and done with
This
this
one, this one was a very strong one and done
So
contender.
we have a question from Sir Turtle Gaming about Fireside Brawl. Unfortunately, I actually haven't even looked into that at all. I will definitely be looking into it more with my Fireside Gathering coming up, but I haven't really participated in anything where I'll be playing a Fireside Brawl. So I don't know if you guys have at all, but I haven't
Well,
at least.
there was just a local event that I was unable to attend because I had family coming down. It was put on by Sir Turtle actually, which he he has done every month, and his tournaments and organization are fantastic. So big shout out to you, Sir Turtle. Looks like you said it was top two this month. Super fun. So yeah, as you guys know, the fireside brawl is different. If you are in a fireside area, you will get a different brawl, so you can work co-op with other people to do like fun things,
Yeah.
and or work against them, like and face them face to face, or do teams or however you want, because you're sitting right next to people, and yeah, top two was a really fun brawl. So that's awesome.
But I did not know that Fireside Brawl was even a thing.
Yeah. When
Uh,
they implemented that a few patches ago, it was like in beta, and now I think most firesides have them if they're like a
Yeah,
listed
if you
fireside.
go to the in-game client, like the friends spot, you'll see a little like lantern-looking thing or like the Fireside Gathering logo.
that I knew.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
click that. That's
I
where
didn't
you
know
get
that.
access. You have to put in a code or scan something.
And if you're an innkeeper, you can actually like make like custom inns, and like when you connect to a LAN, like if and the innkeeper's connected to the LAN, it will say you're joining Turtles Inn or whatever like it says, and it's actually really cool. They're doing really great stuff with the firesides. And as you know, we know two people who've gone to the summit, and they while they can't say what they heard, they said nothing but hearing good things. So
Yeah, look forward to that.
yeah, it's really great that Blizzard puts so much emphasis into this, and I love playing in person. I just think it's really fun, and it's a great way to play and have fun.
Yeah.
So thank you. Okay, so right now I'd like to tell everyone about all the changes in the meta.
And moving on.
About all the changes in the meta, and now we can move on. Hopefully,
So we've got one new card.
we have
One whole new card.
Yeah,
two
I'm very
cards
disappointed.
to talk about. Blizzard was not kind enough to let us know that on the 24th of this month, which is today, they will start revealing new cards. Were we excited? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Was Reddit excited? Yes. And we got one.
We got.
Actually, I'm gonna bring it up for you guys so you can see how disappointed we are.
So.
See if I can get this.
The card that we have that was revealed today is called the Ticking Abomination.
It's not gonna load.
It is a rare card. It costs 4 mana for a 5/6, so same stats as Hungry Dragon, for example. And the death rattle is deal 5 damage to all of your minions. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be good in Control Warrior, maybe, or maybe some sort of like Control Priest. I doubt it'll be soon.
It's a 4 mana 5/6, which doesn't impact the board. It's just kind of there.
It's definitely a devolve nerf and also a evolve nerf. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean,
if you evolve into this, you're just gonna be pissed off.
If you evolve your Mana Tide and get this and your Token Shaman, you're probably quite sad, because that's your board gone. Like, I mean, maybe Throws and Throne is going to introduce some crazy new archetype which, like, could make use of this. I can't really think of anything. Like, it's not strong enough to be put in, say, Silence Priest, which is like maybe one thing which it would be okay because you just silence it.
So I have it up here. It's not gonna look great, but you guys can see the card, and that's all that really matters. So it's a little bigger for everyone to see. It's watching. So yeah, it looks kind of cool, but
Squirrel, you look really good there.
Yeah, I'll put it over me. I am now Ticking Abomination.
Thank you.
I feel like for once the reviews really start flowing in, we might need a different screen to just be able to show the cards on.
Yeah, we'll figure that out for next week when maybe we'll have a couple of more card reviews to do.
They're just going to re-release Ticking Abomination.
The only thing I can think of for this deck would be kind of a meme deck, and to use it with eggs. Because you could basically,
it's actually a good idea.
You have your dinosaur eggs, you've got your Nerubian eggs, dragon eggs, and then just pop them all. I mean, that would be a huge swing turn. So I'm sure that people can think of something to do with this, but I don't see it getting used right away.
Everyone thought Quest Rogue was going to be a terrible deck, and look at it. So who knows? I am not going to out loud say this card is terrible because last time we did that, the cards were great. So,
I think we can. This is definitely a card we can say is bad.
It's interesting. Let's say interesting.
Yeah, no, this is interesting, and it's gonna be one of those fuck up the random effects type cards.
Yeah.
But beyond that.
So there's that. The only other card that we have to talk about, unfortunately, we thought we were going to have a lot to talk about on cards, but the only other card is a leaked card that is not yet confirmed, but we'll just talk about it briefly just in case. Leaked. It's the Jaina Death Knight Hero card, which is called Frostlich Jaina. It is a legendary card, 9 mana, 5 armor gain. Battle Cry summons a 3/6 water elemental, and all your elementals have lifesteal.
I hope this isn't real, but it probably is.
I mean, now another leaked card that we did see was the Sea Elemental, which we're not sure about if that's real either. But it's basically a giant water elemental. I think it was a 5/8 stats, but I don't know if you're really going to build an elemental deck with lifesteal around this card.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what Mage needs, healing. Yeah,
I mean, if you have a board, you throw this down, you can go right back to full health.
I mean, if there's anything like if there's anything which is going to make a mage want to have like a board centric deck,
Yeah.
there'll be something like that. However, it like mage is at such a high power level with its current archetypes.
Yeah.
It would have to be really. This would have to turn out to be really good to like overthrow it. However, it might just be that they just want that to be like a kind of fun thing.
It
So
just
like,
doesn't make sense flavor wise. Like, how does
yeah,
this have anything to do with undead? She's dead, like she's bringing back water elementals. It's just it doesn't feel, Death Knight.
yeah, no, I'm still.
I don't think it's real.
Yeah, I think this one's fake. However, I'll talk about it.
I mean, it's on all the big sites, so we might as well show it just in case. But
I mean, people are just really desperate for card reveals.
Yeah.
So like, there are no other ones, so people will just start making their own.
Yeah.
Well, this actually came from a French advertising page that was pulled down.
Yeah, there's a video for it. That's what made it so convincing.
Yeah, and also showed the backgrounds of the Gul'dan, and there was one other.
It was Uther.
Yeah, Uther.
Yeah, so it actually it showed that Uther was 9 mana, and then
Gul'dan was 10.
Yeah. So if that's the case, I mean, it's interesting to see 10 mana for a hero card. I mean, you got 9 mana is a lot too, but it has to be pretty impactful to be 10 mana.
Yeah, I've got to say, if this did turn out to be real, I wouldn't actually be that disappointed.
Yeah.
Because like, if mage like just gets like a less serious, like more fun archetype, I don't think that would be a problem. It's like mage is already really good, and it's still going to be good.
Yeah.
Freeze mage is going to be good for a long time. Control mage is going to be good for a long time.
Yeah.
But those are.
I mean, this could be like a Reno style card. I keep going back to that, but like, if you have like 4 or 5 elementals, and then you play this next turn, throw it on Blaze Caller, that's deal 5 damage, gain 5 life, get a 6/6 body for 7. That's pretty good.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Although you wouldn't be able to play Blaze Caller the turn after this.
Oh yeah, I guess on this turn. Actually, you can if you throw down a Firefly.
That is true. If you combine this with Firefly, you have the ultimate combo.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to take this card down.
It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. But speaking of mages, let's move on to our deck of the week. Deck of the week.
You guys are in for a treat today. So,
it's not me this time.
Yes, it is me. I have here a Wild Secret Mage, and this deck is very fun. There's quite a few different iterations of it. This is the one I've been playing a lot. I'll talk about kind of the differences here. So we have 1 Cabal Lackey, 2 Mana Worms, 2 Arcanologists, 2 Frostbolt, 2 Medivh Valet, 2 Primordial Glyphs. Oh, sorry, one.
Yep.
1, but some decks run 2. 2 Counterspell, 2 Duplicate. Duplicate's probably the most important card of the deck. 1 Ice Block, 1 Kirin Mage. Other decks run 2. I'm going back and forth with 1 or 2. Right now I'm playing 1. 2 Mirror Entity, 2 Ethereal Arcanist, which is awesome seeing this card played. 2 Fireball, and 2 Cabal Crystal Runner, which is probably the second most important card of the deck. If you get this card duplicated, it's game over pretty much. 2 Mad Scientists, 2 Azure Drake, 1 Lotheb, and 1 Dr. Boom. So pretty much...
It wouldn't be a wild, aggressive deck without Lotheb and Dr. Boom, would
it? Pretty much how the deck works is you throw it on Lackey, get some secrets out. You play 2 or 3 gets the runners to 0, but you get 2 or 3 out. You start jamming these runners, play Duplicate. It dies. It's a big threat. They're going to kill it. And you have so many secrets. They don't know what it is, so they have to kill it. Bam, you get 2 more 0/5/5 cards. Throw it down, play another Duplicate. Or you get Duplicate off your Mad Scientist. There's just so many ways to do this, and then it's ridiculous.
It is a lot. It's a lot of secrets.
Yeah. So like it's not uncommon for later in the game to like play Lackey, play a secret, and then throw down Kirin Mage, play another secret, and then next thing you
Crystal
know,
Runner.
yeah, you have like 3 or 4 secrets out, and you
Ugh.
get like Primordial Glyph. You get some more secrets. It's a very fun deck, and yeah, at one point I had 5 runners out, and they just couldn't kill them, and I was just, yeah. I've actually never played Doctor Boom in the list. I played like about 10 games so far with it. Haven't got a chance to play Doctor Boom yet, but I don't know. That's a good thing because they're dead before that time comes.
Yeah, I think Ethereal Arcanist has to be one of my least favorite cards in the game.
Yeah, it gets
It's
out of
just
hand pretty quickly, especially with Ice Block out.
it's just yeah, it's like you see it and you don't have an answer. It's just
It's a
like
4
it's
mana
like
5/5, and then they can't kill. It's 4 mana 7/7. Yeah, and it just goes
9/9,
up and up and up.
like I think I was playing against kind of a secret mage who managed to get Ethereal Arcanist from like some random effect. I can't remember how, but a secret mage running Ice Block got that out. Couldn't kill it. I believe it got up to 24/24.
Wow. Yeah.
I was sad.
Jade
Yeah.
Druid, eat your heart out, pretty much.
Yeah, it was just it's just
Yeah,
such an
so
annoying
we'll
card.
have the list in the show notes for you guys to check out. It's a very fun deck. It's pretty cheap. I mean, there's a few legendaries. You could probably swap Litheb and Doctor Boom out for something else. But yeah, it's a pretty cheap deck. Very fun to play. I got I've been stuck between 5 and 1 for the past 2 weeks.
Between 5 and 1.
Yes, you heard that correct.
All 5 of those.
I've been to
rounds.
final boss now 3 times, and somehow I dropped all the way to 5, and I don't know why, but it happens. It's not fun.
It's because you lose 2 stars at a time, Zach.
Yes.
CLW75 says this deck got me to rank 10 in no time. He also says, question: do you play Lackey turn 1 with no secret for tempo?
I don't
Or
do
do you wait
that.
for secret to get full value?
There's too many fast decks, and they'll just straight up kill the 2/1. It's not worth it for me. I like to use it as a value card mainly. Throw it down, especially against like quest decks. You can get that down with a counterspell, yeah. But if you don't have a secret with it, I wouldn't do it because it's just that and the Kirin Mage are the only ones that give you the free secrets. And I really value that with the Medivh's Valet. That's like a big combo. Throwing that down and then playing Valet as well. But I mean, it just depends on the matchup too. If you're playing against like a super slow deck, that might be the play. But personally, I don't do that.
Okay, cool.
Playing against Pirate Warrior.
So that does it for the deck of the week. We still need suggestions from you guys for what the card of the week would be. We'd love to have card of the week back to the segment. So please, if you have a suggestion for card of the week, you can email us at aroundthehearthpodcast@gmail.com and let us know, or ask on our Facebook page, or give us a tweet, or get in touch with us somehow. But we'd love your suggestions, and we'd love to do a card of the week. So also, another thing as we start to wind down for the show, we have a couple of new 5-star iTunes reviews. So we'd like to read them on the show when you give them, and we do appreciate it. It really helps us get seen more by people. So we have 3. We have one by MTG Squirrel. He's someone that I've actually played with a bunch in the game itself.
I'm sure you have.
And we actually friended each other because we were both squirrels. He said,
I thought it was you for a second.
So this is a solid podcast about Hearthstone. It gives a good look at the state of the game holistically. There are a good mix of commentators too. So thank you. We got another one by Cherry Meatverse saying, amazing, great commentary. So thank you. And then another one from D1218J saying, listen to this. I get all my Hearthstone info from the show. I really like the format and the decks they talk about. So thank you to the 3 of you for
really appreciate it.
The iTunes reviews. It means a lot to us. So
Keep
thank
them
you.
coming. Say nice things about us. Say mean things about Squirrel.
So this does bring us to the end of the show. We're really looking forward to next week when we can do some more card reviews, more than one. So it will probably be hopefully it will be a pretty long show.
We're
next
gonna have another card.
Yeah.
One more card.
So please, like I said, email in aroundthehearthpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook. We do have a Patreon account. If you'd like to become a Patreon, we have a couple of things, rewards and bonuses that you can get by being a Patreon, including getting to play against us on stream, shout outs on the show, friending us in the game if you're not already our friends, lots of stuff like that. And we always would appreciate your support.
Oh, definitely. Every little bit helps. Can't stress that enough. If it's like $1, $2, whatever you want to give us, everything we deserve, helps tremendously. So, yeah.
So, you guys got anything else?
Just a reminder, my league starts soon. Please, if you want to join, please sign up soon because I'm not going to be able to take late people coming in just because it'll mess everything up. So yeah, definitely right before the 1st at midnight is when I'm cutting it off. So yeah, so please join if you want to because it's going to be really fun. I'm going to have a lot of fun. There's going to be those finals are going to be live streamed. So if you've never been played live on stream ever, now's your chance.
Yeah,
and it'll be fun.
Someone come and give me a good game. Not going to get it from these two losers.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So with that, we will see you all next week. Hopefully with some more cards to talk about. And with that, bye bye.
Adios.
See ya.
Ciao.